doing it. It's not even something you're trying to do. If you start here, it's going to be a ripple effect. You have everybody representing
how excited to be back at home, to obviously probably a sold out crowd of over 10,000 people last time.
Very excited. I know what they expect now, so I'm more comfortable. And people coming, they coming out, they supporting, so I'm excited and ready to put on the show for the fans.
You know, I know it's hindsight now, and you probably talked about it, you know, but the thought of just push your team, just chilling, screaming out, knock them out, all the stuff that was going on that time. You expecting like a bigger turnout, more guys, maybe a Pharrell or Missy, or?
Thank you.
I can always expect better. You never know. I feel like we don't want to put no limitations or no cap on what we can do. So Pharrell might do show up or somebody like that to that magnitude. But as long as like we put on a performance and show the crowd, and we bring it back boxing to Norfolk, I feel like people gonna want to show up.
You know, I know you're right here for a world title shot. Obviously, Carl Murray was speaking about how they were trying to get some guys who were title contenders, but they just didn't want to come out, regardless of the money, out to Norfolk. When you hear that, does it kind of frustrate you, because those are the type of opponents where they'll give you probably the rankings or even a quick jump to become a mandatory against one of the champions?
That's the business of boxing. That's the nature of the game. But it definitely is frustrating. But at the same time, it's like a bittersweet moment, because they see who I am. And they contemplating on whether or not they want to get in the ring with me, or just saying, no, I'm not fighting him. High risk. You know what I'm saying? So it's bittersweet, like, because it takes two to tango at the end of the day. But when that time comes, I'm definitely going to be ready. God's timing is everything, and I don't want to rush nothing. So, like I said, when that time comes, we're going to definitely be ready.
You know, I know looking at the card, and I know as being the big bro, probably wouldn't have this any other way. You know, Keyshawn's the world champion. Keon got to debut on such a huge stage underneath both you guys, and had all that different type of attention. I mean, as a brother, I know you feel complete, and I know the goal is to be a world champion. But when you achieve that world championship and you see your brothers have this type of success, what is outside of that spectrum or scope that you would want?
It feels amazing just to see our family elevate at the end of the day. And I'm a proud big brother, you know what I'm saying? Seeing Keyshawn even go to the Olympics, travel the world, see things that I never even seen before, you know what I'm saying? Boxing alone, even traveled the world, going to all different types of countries, you know what I'm saying? So I was proud of my brothers. And Keon, actually, a lot of people don't know that he kind of strayed away, like didn't want to really box no more after he got injured and stuff like that, to having his debut and performing how he wanted to perform, and now ready to take his career to a different level. I'm proud at the end of the day, just of my brothers and myself.
And if you get the world championship win, you know, is it the hunger still going to be there? Because I know this is so many kind of satisfying stuff that's kind of accomplished. You know, how do you maintain that kind of main focus afterwards?
I'm not so for chasing a belt. I'm chasing paydays. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to feed my family, help my family out financially. But I just know world championships involve paydays. You know what I'm saying? So, quote unquote, chasing the world title, I'm not gonna feel complete. I need that bag, so like, yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
My last question is, you know, your brother is taking on, it feels like another tough opponent at home. You know, he could have a soft touch, but he's taking on De Los Santos. I know fight fans are going to kind of break down of, you know, he's inactive and this and that, but on paper, this is a tough guy. He knocked out Rayo Venezuela, you know, he turned into a world champion. You know, he gave solid round support, mentions that he's a good test for people. So
for sure,
when you see your brother picking him, what do you expect the outcome to be? And what was your initial thought on the fight being there?
I feel like that's a big fight for his career, a good stepping stone. But it's just going to be another name on the box record at the end of the day. Keyshawn going to do what he got to do. I feel like he's the best fighter. After the Canelos and the Terrence Crawfords, they go ahead and do what they retire and stuff like that. Keyshawn is the next guy. So I just feel like when he on his A game and he at his best, nobody can beat him. So yeah, Edwin is a tough fighter, but Keyshawn tougher. Keyshawn better at everything else Edwin can do.
Are you expecting to knock him out?
Yes. Yeah.
What do you? Keon said it would be 8.
Yeah, about middle late rounds. You know what I'm saying? Edwin's small, man. Keyshawn, they keep saying he got power. He had power to those guys. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn on the same tight time and he on. So it's like, I don't know. I could see like 7, 8. maybe 6, but you never know. We were saying that on Lemos, and he got them out of there in 2, so never know what to expect.
Yeah, I was just curious. It's like, why do you feel maybe a little bit long? Because he's knocking these guys out.
And Lemos definitely came in way bigger than a guy like Edwin. Edwin kind of like on the smaller end, I would say, especially coming up to 135. So I think it's gonna be a long night for Edwin.
Awesome. Before I let you go, I know you mentioned that you just want, any of the champions, any big opportunities. But who do you feel like is the one that, when the fight fans see you in the ring with, they'll give you the most praise and recognition that you are the guy in the division?
Like what guy? You asked me like what guy would solidify?
Like which guy you feel is the best? Because the fight fans are always kind of
as in who got the belts or just in general?
Just in general. Maybe I'm assuming
at 140. Because they got the belt, so you got to say.
But I mean, you can feel otherwise. That's why I left it up to your interpretation.
To me, the best champion with the belt right now, like who would beat all of them, is Gary Russell. He's the best champion. Him or Teofimo.
So either one of those guys you feel like fighting them?
Yeah, fighting them would definitely put me on. Like a win against them would definitely put me on. But even a win against the other 2 champions would put me in there too. I mean, because I'm gonna be a champion at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? But like, I feel like it's guys in that 140 weight class that you can fight that don't have belts that you can still get the same recognition too though. As in like Ryan Garcia or Devin Haney. Guys like that, they not champions, but I feel like they'll give me that same type of recognition or something like that. But yeah.
And the last one, you don't have to go in depth if you don't want to. I know you sparred Terrence.
Yeah.
Terrence is obviously going to be fighting Canelo. And, fight fans, they're going to be fickle. Depending on what happens with this Canelo Skull fight. Canelo looks amazing. They might sway Crawford more Canelo. Canelo's kind of shaky. They're probably jumping Crawford. What do you think prior to Canelo having this fight with Skull how he would do it? Because he's going to have a lot of ample time to get acclimated. He's one of the best boxers in this generation. Just how do you feel that fight plays out?
I feel like Canelo should work on speed, or I don't know. I feel like Terrence just gonna outbox him. Just straight like that. Canelo just sit down on shots and just try to load up, or I don't know. But Canelo is a good fighter at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like Bud is a better complete fighter. The only thing is the size. You know what I'm saying? Canelo is big fighter, but I've seen Bud wrestle bigger, like Bud background like wrestling. I done seen him wrestle like big guys. So I mean, he gonna take a punch too. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, Canelo just gotta land that shot, but Bud can take a shot, and Bud got defense and stuff like that. And he's a complete fighter. So I got Bud for sure. In a tough fight though.
A lot of people always talk about punch resistance because they feel like Canelo's ability to take Triple G and 175 punches, there's no way that Terrence will be able to hurt it, right? Or essentially take a shot from a guy but he's sparred guys like Steven Nelson, Mr. Martinez and stuff. So just in your interpretation, I know he's a mere mortal, he's human, but could Crawford hurt and get the respect from Canelo where Canelo may not fight as aggressive and want to come in? Or do you think Canelo has to fight aggressive if he wants to have a chance against Terrence?
Go ahead and show up and get those opportunities.
Was that too loaded?
Shit, I mean, he definitely going to have to fight aggressive for sure to have a chance against Bud, but I don't know. That's
sorry. That was a loaded question, man. I shouldn't
yeah. But on the second part, like he definitely gonna have to fight aggressive. But like, I don't know. I'm Team Terrence anyway though, so I'm 100%.
You know me, I'm nerding out.
Yeah.
I'm too excited.
I'm 100% Terrence, so I got Terrence all the way. Like he gonna outbox, and he can get them probably the late stoppage or ref wave it off or anything like that. But getting the respect, he gonna have enough power. He gonna be hitting it with enough shots that Canelo gonna have to respect it. Even though I haven't seen Canelo go in there with beef all just toe to toe, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's boxing. Just outsmart him, box, move around. You know what I'm saying? It's respectable. Terrence got respectable power.
Enough power where if he hits them and then he does a feint, that Canelo might actually bite off the feint. I'm like, shit, that hurt. I'm not trying to get hit with that.
For sure. For sure.
Well, look, where can they?
Because at the end, like you say, he ain't human. I mean, everybody human.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he gonna
like athlete, right?
Right.
Where can they follow you on social media before they see you back at the scope?
Follow me on Instagram, Kelvin Davis 2_, and on Twitter at DB3Kel1_.